Ciao e benvenuti amici. Check that out, a little bit of Italian to start. Reason being, so I'm best known for making British liveries. I'm best known for making a lot of British superbike liveries, British riders on the international scene. But looking at my data, quite a lot of you watching are from Italy, and quite a lot of my followers over on Instagram are from Italy as well. So this week is for you. As a bit of a thank you, I'm going to be making Italian racers. I'm going to be making a couple of liveries this week of Italian riders on Ducatis as well. And what better way to start than a noughties Italian superbike star, a legend in my eyes, one of my favourite riders from the mid-noughties, Mr. Lorenzo Lanzi. So I could have gone down the obvious route, right, with this Ducati. I mean, if I show you the Ducati model, you'll think, okay, Xerox, Fila. But hey, they have been done to death. Too many Xerox, too many Fila. So I thought, okay, I'll do the Breil Ducati. I'm a sucker for a black, and I'm a sucker for some matte colouring as well. So what I thought I would do to make this a little bit harder than it needed to be, as you can see on screen, I am trying to make that Breil sticker, and at the moment struggling. What I was going to do is make the entire body of the bike in matte black. Honestly, if I had my own way and I wasn't really making a video out of it, it would have been very easy and very quick for me to just make it on gloss and patch out. Like this Breil sticker would have been very easy to do. I could have just done a couple of circles and added some shapes to block out what I needed to make it look like the Breil sticker, but that is too easy and I'm not doing it the easy way. So what I needed to do was make sure I captured the Breil sticker so that it would look good when it's gloss on a matte background, and it was quite hard to do, but you can see that I am starting to get the curves a little bit right and I'm getting a bit more confident with it. But it took me quite a while at the beginning, chucking some circles around and trying to get the right proportions, but in the end, when you'll see it on the bike, it did come out really well. But looking at the design itself, I don't think we're going to push the limits on the amount of layers that we need, but there is going to be some difficult things to put on the bike. This one's quite hard, this Breil Ducati, but another thing that you'll probably notice when you look at older Ducatis is that advanced sticker as well, the shell advanced sticker. So I need to make sure that I put enough layers aside to handle both the Breil and the advanced sticker. But aside from that, I think we're going to be alright. The number is relatively straightforward and not too many details to add to the bike, which is going to make that kind of matte black with the punchy gloss graphics on top really stand out and be as iconic as I remember. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to create the Breil font, the Breil text that will go underneath the little design we made. I've defined some kind of red squares to help me keep to the same width and height, as you can see. I tend to use this technique for all lettering, although if it's a lettering that is very complex, what I'll try to do is just make the letter really large right in the middle of that sticker. I'll just put one massive letter, make sure I've got all of the details, and then I'll, like you see me doing now, minimize it, pop it in the corner, but just doing one letter at a time, making it as comfortably as big as I could. But for this Breil one, it's not the hardest font, to be honest, and it's probably not going to be too hard to get it dead on. We'll see. As you can see, that E was incredibly easy. But you know what, in hindsight, this didn't actually take that many layers. Just get rid of that, and now we can put it in a nice. Always put your stickers as in the middle as you can, because when you put that on the bike and you start to move it around, if your sticker or your graphics are not in the middle of this, it's awkward. Try it sometime. Try put your sticker in the top corner and then try and put it on the bike. It is quite weird to move around. But there's our Breil. It's come out really nice. I'm very happy with that. So let's move on to the bike. We'll start off with a nice black base. As I said, minimal details, so we can not worry too much about the design and just make sure that our stickers that we put on the bike are all accounted for and as perfect as possible. But while I go through this livery and I make this on screen now, I'll talk a little bit about Lorenzo Lanzi, because the guy's a legend. We need to know about him. So Lorenzo Lanzi, he was born in the 26th of October 1981 in Ticino, Emilia-Romagna in Italy. And he started his racing career at the age of 15, which is actually quite old by today's standard, would you agree? But he started that in 1996 in the Italian 125cc sport class, and he won that championship 2 years later in 1998. You can see on screen that I just popped that advanced sticker. I am very surprised that nobody had made an advanced sticker yet. They're quite popular on a lot of liveries, so I've shared this one. You can grab it, just go into your sticker search and search for advanced, and this one will come up. But the actual shell drawing itself, the shell logo, you'll find quite a few of those shared already. Another cool fact about Lorenzo Lanzi that I found out, the reason he rode with the number 57 was in memory of his father, his late father. Did some digging as to find out why and what's the significance of that in his father, but from what I can see, his father was born in 1957, so it wasn't quite as deep, but there you go, that's a nice touch. A couple of career highlights while we're working on the front of this bike. Italian and European early success. He won that Italian 125cc sport class. He moved through the Italian and European 125cc's and then the 250cc classes, as was the kind of trajectory that was normal for its time. In 2003 he raced in the Super Stock 1000 Cup, did that for Breil Ducati I can see, and he nearly won the European title. I see that he missed that title by about 3 points, but he did win the Italian title that year, so still a pretty good year in 2003. And then in 2004 he raced for the Supersport World Championship with the Ducati and he finished 5th overall. But looking through his statistics, we had about 138 race starts. He won 3 World Superbike races. I thought it would be more than that. Seven podiums in World Superbikes. He had a pole position, 2 fastest laps, accumulated 773 points, 2 race wins that I could find. So he had 2 race wins in his breakthrough period. So when he was racing in the Ducati factory team in 2005, he won at Lausitzring and Magny-Cours, and then his next race win came quite a bit later in 2008 at Valencia, where he won race 1, and I think he was perhaps gifted that. I need to look into it more, but I think he was perhaps gifted that win when the 2 front riders in front of him collided. But flashes of brilliance. He's never won a World Superbike Championship, but he's still one of the most well-known racers of that time, and this is quite an iconic livery that we're making. I love the Breil livery. I had a Maisto are a little kind of like a 118, 112 scale collectible models, mainly for kids, but when I was younger I had the Breil Ducati one, and I think it might have been a Lorenzo Lanzi Ducati. Super cool. But the fact he's a hugely talented racer aside, this was an era where if you wanted to be winning championships and you wanted to be up there, you needed to be on the factory teams, and to be honest, it's probably like that now. He had a struggle with the whole factory versus non-factory teams, and he never quite got on the factory team. When he did very well. He had quite a few injuries in his career as well, which might have stunted his promise. So the consistency wasn't there, but the talent certainly was. He did do a couple of factory races on factory teams when he replaced injured riders as well. And after his World Superbike Prime career, he has raced in other championships as well. More recently, Italian Superbike CIV and the German IDM, where he was not on a Ducati actually. Found out he was racing the BMW S1000RR. But we're just adding some final touches on this bike. Popping his number on. I hate putting a number on the back of this Ducati. It does like to stretch and bleed over the side. But as predicted, we've flown through that. That's why I showed you the sticker at the beginning. But we really have nailed all of the details. And hell, we did actually quite a few layers. Look at that, 1,948. Glided to that near 2,000 limit without any worry. So here we go, this is the Breil Ducati of Lorenzo Lanzi on a matte black base, which looks terrible in this showroom. If you want to see it look very nice and how it should look, if you're not on track, then go into your career garage. So from your home screen in Ride, head to career, click on garage, and then you'll see, in my opinion, a far superior view of the bike. It looks very light grey, but we have nailed all of the details. That CM composite sticker took a lot of layers. I think that was over 100 layers because it was all individual squares. So I'll take it out for a ride. I just quickly threw together a very, very basic and simple set of leathers, so the speedy leathers, which Lorenzo used. There is very limited space that I can edit, so I just popped the Breil sticker and a number on there, just so for this video it looks like you have the whole set. But I'm very happy with it came out. I really like that kind of clean, simple look sometimes. So as I said, Italians, catch me this weekend. I have a very special video this weekend where we'll be looking at one of the best Italian liveries and Italian bikes. Not one, but maybe two. Spoiler alert. That'll be coming this weekend. I'll be just wrapping up editing now, pop a voiceover on, and we're good to go. But thank you for watching. Shout out Lorenzo Lanzi, thanks for promoting this on your Instagram, my friend. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you so much. Crixus out.